Disease is not something you catch. Disease is something you create when the body is deprived of the minerals it needs to function. When the body becomes acidic and congested with mucus, sickness appears. Restore the body's natural balance, and the body will do what it was designed to do: heal itself.
Every disease you see today did not begin in the body. It began on the plate. Dr. Sebi warned that illness is not random, not genetic, and not permanent. He said disease survives only when the body loses its natural electric energy. The shocking truth is this: most foods we eat today are dead, acidic, and draining the life force from our cells every single day. That is why medicines only manage symptoms, but healing never feels complete. In this video, you're going to learn about one powerful electric food Dr. Sebi spoke about, a food so alive, so mineral-rich, that it supports the body's own ability to repair, cleanse, and restore itself naturally. This is not a quick fix or a miracle claim. It's a forgotten truth about how the human body was designed to heal when given the right conditions. Stay with me, because what comes next may completely change how you see food, disease, and healing forever. Dr. Sebi called Irish sea moss one of the most powerful electric foods on the planet, and he spoke about it openly because of its unique mineral composition and its ability to support the body at a cellular level. Sea moss is a wild marine algae that grows in clean ocean waters and contains over 90 essential minerals that the human body uses every day, including iodine, magnesium, potassium, calcium, iron, and zinc. According to Dr. Sebi's teachings, disease begins when the body becomes acidic, congested with mucus, and mineral deficient. When cells lack minerals, they lose their electrical charge, oxygen flow slows down, inflammation rises, and organs begin to weaken. Sea moss works differently from supplements or pills because it delivers minerals in a bioavailable, plant-based living form, allowing the body to absorb what it needs without forcing or overstimulation. Dr. Sebi explained that when minerals are restored, the body naturally starts repairing itself, because the cells regain their electrical vibration, which is essential for life. Unlike processed foods that burden digestion, sea moss is gentle on the gut and supports the intestinal lining, helping improve nutrient absorption, bowel movement regularity, and internal cleansing. This is important because Dr. Sebi believed that a clogged digestive system is one of the main reasons toxins circulate in the blood and settle into organs, leading to chronic conditions. Sea moss also supports the lymphatic system, which is responsible for removing waste from the body. When the lymph system is sluggish, inflammation builds up silently, affecting joints, blood pressure, skin, and energy levels. By providing alkaline minerals, sea moss helps thin excess mucus and supports natural detox pathways without harsh reactions when used properly. Another reason Dr. Sebi valued sea moss is its natural iodine content, which supports thyroid function. The thyroid plays a major role in metabolism, energy, hormone balance, and immune health. Yet it's actually one of the most commonly stressed glands today due to, processed foods and environmental toxins. When the thyroid struggles, people experience fatigue, weight issues, brain fog, and weak immunity. Sea moss nourishes the thyroid gently rather than overstimulating it, which really aligns with Dr. Sebi's philosophy of supporting the body rather than forcing it. Sea moss also contains natural compounds that help maintain healthy blood consistency and circulation, which is critical because thick, acidic blood makes it difficult for oxygen to reach cells. When oxygen delivery improves, tissues function better, inflammation reduces, and pain often becomes easier to manage. Dr. Sebi emphasized that healing does not come from attacking disease, but from removing the conditions that allow disease to exist. And sea moss fits this principle because it helps restore balance rather than suppress symptoms. It is important to understand that sea moss does not work like a drug. It does not target one disease. Instead, it supports the entire system, which is why people often notice improvements in digestion, skin clarity, joint comfort, breathing, and energy over time. Dr. Sebi taught that when the internal environment becomes alkaline and mineral-rich, the body naturally rejects disease because pathogens thrive in acidic, oxygen-poor conditions. This is also why, so many people feel different. When they switch from processed foods to natural plant-based electric foods, the body finally receives what it has been deprived of for years. Sea moss can be consumed as a gel made from properly cleaned and soaked raw sea moss, blended with spring water into a smooth consistency. Dr. Sebi advised keeping intake moderate and consistent rather than excessive, allowing the body to adjust gradually. Overuse or poor quality sea moss can cause discomfort, which is why sourcing and preparation matter greatly. When used as part of a clean, alkaline-focused lifestyle, sea moss acts as a foundational food rather than a miracle cure. Dr. Sebi's message was clear. The body heals itself when it's properly nourished, hydrated, and freed from mucus and acidity. Sea moss simply helps restore what modern diets have stripped away. Healing in this sense is not magic, hype, or overnight transformation. It is the natural result of giving the body the electric minerals it was designed to run on. When Dr. Sebi spoke about healing, he always brought the conversation back to one central truth: the human body is self-healing by design, but only when its internal environment supports life instead of disease. According to Dr. Sebi's teachings, disease does not appear suddenly. It begins slowly, silently, as the body becomes overloaded with mucus, acidity, and waste. Every time processed food, refined sugar, artificial additives, dairy, or hybrid foods enter the body, they leave behind residue that the body cannot fully eliminate. This residue thickens mucus and clogs the lymphatic system, which is responsible for draining waste. When waste is not removed efficiently, it circulates in the blood, settles in organs, and creates inflammation. Over time, this inflammation turns into pain, swelling, stiffness, hormonal imbalance, breathing issues, digestive problems, and eventually diagnosed disease. Dr. Sebi explained that what people call different diseases are often just different locations of the same underlying problem: excess mucus and mineral deficiency. The body's cells communicate through electrical signals. This electrical activity allows organs to function, muscles to move, nerves to fire, and the immune system to respond. When the body lacks minerals, this electrical communication weakens, cells become sluggish, oxygen delivery decreases, and repair slows down. This is where electric foods come in. Dr. Sebi described electric foods as natural, non-hybrid, plant-based foods that still carry life force and mineral conductivity. So, sea moss fits into this category because it grows naturally in the ocean, absorbs minerals directly from seawater, and stores them in a form the human body recognizes. When you consume it, these minerals help restore electrical balance at the cellular level, allowing the body to, resume its natural maintenance and repair processes. This is why healing in Dr. Sebi's system is not about attacking symptoms, but about really rebuilding the internal terrain so symptoms no longer have a reason to exist. Another key concept Dr. Sebi emphasized was blood health. He taught that the blood should be thin, clean, and alkaline, so it can easily transport oxygen and nutrients to every cell. Thick, acidic blood slows circulation, starves tissues of oxygen, and basically creates an environment where inflammation thrives. Many chronic conditions worsen simply because oxygen cannot reach damaged tissues efficiently. Sea moss supports healthy blood consistency by providing alkaline minerals that help balance pH levels and support circulation. Improved circulation means better oxygen delivery, faster waste removal, and reduced pressure on the heart and blood vessels. This is one reason people often report increased energy, warmer hands and feet, and improved endurance after incorporating mineral-rich electric foods into their routine. Dr. Sebi also placed great importance on the lymphatic system, calling it the body's sewage system. Unlike the circulatory system, the lymph system does not have a pump and relies on movement, hydration, and proper mineral balance to function. When the lymph system becomes stagnant, Toxins accumulate and inflammation spreads quietly throughout the body. This can show up as swollen joint skin issues, frequent infections, or chronic fatigue. Electric foods support lymphatic movement by thinning mucus and improving hydration at the cellular level. Sea moss, when prepared properly, contains natural compounds that support internal cleansing without harsh laxative effects. Over time, this gentle support allows the body to release stored waste more efficiently, reducing the overall toxic load. Another area where Dr. Sebi believed healing begins is the gut. He taught that the intestines are not just for digestion, but are central to immunity, nutrient absorption, and emotional balance. When the gut lining is irritated by acidic foods, toxins leak into the bloodstream, triggering immune responses and inflammation. Sea moss forms a natural, soothing gel when consumed, which can help support the intestinal lining and improve digestion. Better digestion means better absorption of nutrients, which directly affects energy levels, muscle strength, bone health, and mental clarity. Many people underestimate how deeply gut health influences every system in the body. Dr. Sebi often reminded people that healing cannot occur if nourishment is not properly absorbed. It's also important to understand why, healing takes time, and why results can vary from person to person. Dr. Sebi never promised instant cures. He explained that the body heals in layers, starting first with the blood, then moving to the organs, and finally reaching the deeper tissues. The longer the body has been congested with mucus and acidity, the longer it might take to restore balance. When folks start consuming electric foods, they may experience detox reactions, like mild headaches, some fatigue, changes in bowel movements, or even a bit of temporary discomfort. Dr. Sebi viewed these reactions not as harm, but as signs that the body is releasing stored waste. He always emphasized patience, staying hydrated, and being consistent, rather than going for aggressive cleansing. Dr. Sebi also warned that, electric foods cannot do the work alone if harmful habits continue. Consuming sea moss while continuing a highly processed diet, it creates conflicting signals in the body. Healing really requires alignment. This means reducing mucus-forming foods, increasing hydration, moving the body, and honestly, respecting rest. Electric foods provide the building blocks, but lifestyle determines how effectively those blocks are used. Dr. Sebi's approach was never about one product or one herb. It was about restoring harmony between the body and nature. At its core, Dr. Sebi's message was simple yet powerful. Disease is not an enemy to fight, but a signal to correct imbalance. When the body is mineral-rich, oxygenated, hydrated, and free from excess mucus, it naturally moves toward health. Electric foods like sea moss help guide the body back to that state by replenishing what modern living has depleted. Healing in this sense is not forced or artificial. It is the body remembering how to function as it was designed to function. To approach electric foods like sea moss correctly, Dr. Sebi emphasized intention, consistency, and respect for the body's pace. He believed that healing is not something you force. It is something you allow. When introducing sea moss into daily life, the goal is not to overwhelm the system but to gently nourish it. Starting with small, moderate amounts allows the body to recognize and utilize the minerals without triggering unnecessary stress. Sea moss works best when paired with proper hydration, because water is the medium through which minerals travel and waste is removed. Without enough hydration, even the most powerful electric foods cannot perform their role effectively. Dr. Sebi often reminded people that dehydration is one of the most overlooked causes of fatigue, inflammation, and poor circulation, especially as we age. One of the most common mistakes people make is treating sea moss like a drug instead of a food. Some folks expect instant results and, increase their intake too quickly, which can lead to digestive discomfort, bloating, or detox symptoms that can feel pretty discouraging. Dr. Sebi taught that discomfort does not mean harm, but it does mean the body is adjusting. Slowing down, reducing intake slightly, and allowing the body to catch up often resolves these issues naturally. Another mistake is using low-quality or contaminated sea moss. Because sea moss absorbs minerals from the ocean, It can also absorb pollutants if harvested from poor environments. Dr. Sebi stressed the importance of clean sourcing and proper preparation, including thorough washing and soaking, to remove impurities. Quality matters because the body recognizes purity. It's also important to understand that, results really look different for different people. Some folks may notice improvements in digestion and energy within just a few weeks, while others might experience more gradual changes over several months. This all depends on how long the body has been burdened, the severity of congestion, and, honestly, overall lifestyle habits. This is exactly why patience is essential. Healing isn't a straight line, and progress may feel pretty subtle at first. The absence of pain or any dramatic change doesn't mean nothing is happening beneath the surface. Dr. Sebi also spoke openly about detox reactions, not as something to fear, but as something to understand. When the body begins releasing stored waste, it may temporarily create sensations that feel unfamiliar. Mild fatigue, changes in bowel habits, or skin breakouts can occur as toxins exit the body. These reactions are often short-lived when hydration is maintained and intake remains balanced. Another crucial point Dr. Sebi emphasized was that electric foods cannot override harmful habits. Continuing to consume highly processed foods, excess sugar, dairy, and artificial additives while expecting sea moss to fix everything creates internal conflict. Healing requires cooperation. Reducing mucus-forming foods allows electric foods to work more efficiently. Even small changes, like replacing processed snacks with natural fruits or increasing green vegetables, really amplify the effects of mineral-rich foods. Dr. Sebi never positioned himself as a savior or miracle worker. His message was about empowerment and self-responsibility. He encouraged people to study, observe their bodies, and reconnect with natural principles rather than just blindly follow instructions. Electric foods are tools, not solutions on their own. They provide the raw materials the body needs. But healing still depends on alignment with nature's laws. This includes proper rest, mental calm, movement, and emotional balance. Stress, fear, and constant anxiety also contribute to acidity, weakening the body's ability to heal. In closing, Dr. Sebi's teachings remind us that healing is not about erasing disease overnight, but about creating an internal environment where disease cannot thrive. Electric foods like sea moss support this process by restoring minerals, improving circulation, and assisting natural detox pathways. When the body is nourished instead of depleted, it responds with resilience. This is not magic, belief, or blind faith. It is biology guided by nature. The body does not need to be forced to heal. It needs to be allowed to heal. When you give it what it recognizes, it remembers.